So, hello everybody. This is Ray from Race United, and I'm back. And I've had a very long week. Things have been a bit challenging, but hey, let's get it on and cracking. You know what I mean? I've got a few things I'll have to say at the end of this stream, but for now, let's just get on with the pie stuff because that's what we came here to do. And so, yes, so we'll be talking about pie, and obviously today we have a few things we need to talk about. Obviously, Pie in the news. I was supposed to do it fortnightly, but I thought, you know what? Some news broke during the week, and I thought people need to know, because it's one of them news that is good to let people know. So, hey, I need you to know, and you're here because or when you come, or whoever watches this after the stream, you're here because you need to know what's up. You need to know what's happening, and you need to know what's going on. Yesterday, I was supposed to do a stream, but I didn't do it. Because I've got some news I need to break to you afterwards, and Hey, Yoni. Yes, it's been good. It's been good, man. Nice to see you. I've not seen you here before. Maybe you have been here, but I've not taken notice. But my apologies if I haven't taken notice of you. So yes, what else did I want to talk about? So there are a lot of things I need to talk about today. A lot of things I need to talk about, to be honest, and there are a few things about Pi, of course, that I need to talk about. Um, and if you want to phone in, obviously the line is there, but not now. After I finish talking, then we can get into the phone ins, and obviously people can call and we can have a conversation. But for now, it's not about a conversation. It's about me trying to impart some news to you, and then after that, if you've got something you want to talk about, we'll talk about. Do you know what I mean? Because definitely there's loads to talk about, guys. There's loads to talk about. So today's Sunday. At the moment, what time is it over here? It's about what time is it right now? It's about 8:39 our time, which is 7:39 GMT. So yes, I've got my people here. Um, yeah. So I've got who is here? I've got Yoni. So I've got Yoni here. Where's Yoni? Yeah, Yoni on the screen. Yes, my guy Yoni. And then we've got Kotiola. It's been a while, man. I haven't seen you for a while. But good to see you, man. Good to see you. I've got Duchesne, obviously the usual guy, Duchesne. Yes, nice to see you again, Duchesne. And then of course Momo. Momo is here as well. Yes. So Momo was asking, obviously yesterday I ended the stream abruptly. Was there a problem? Yeah, if you want to know the problem, send me an email. I remember I told you about that email. That email still didn't come. So if you want to know, send me an email. We'll talk about that. But here, I'll not talk about what happened yesterday. Something happened, of course. Maybe at the end of the stream, we can talk about that. But right now, it's all about Pi. And you guys have come here for Pi in the news. So let's talk about Pi in the news. Now I'm gonna check something out, and I'm gonna let you know what's up because hey, we've got a lot of things to discuss today. Now, obviously, Pi has just been, they've extended the hackathon agenda and everything. They've extended it because it's supposed to end sometime in August, but they've extended it from August 15th to about, I think, September 30th. So, which is a good thing. Do you know what I mean? It's a good thing because the extension is something that would help engineers try to do stuff and try to be creative and see what we can do for our community, because obviously we have a 21 million plus strong community and we need to come together obviously to do things. And yes, happy new month obviously to all of us. Let me just give a shout out to Ibrahim. Yes, thanks for joining, Ibrahim. And then we've got Mike, I'll give you a shout out. Yes, from Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for joining. And then Black Prince, obviously, also joining. Yes, happy new month, happy new month. Let's see what this month holds for us. You know what I mean? Because yeah, July was a relatively good month, so let's see what this month holds for us. So I want to talk a bit about hackathon, and then we'll move on because I know a lot of people don't know what that's all about. So I want to talk a bit about it. So yes, Pi in the News episode 4. So we're doing episode 4 today. Hackathon date extended, of course. So yes, I've just spoken about that. The date has been extended from um, what it was supposed to be in August. So obviously it's extended from August the 15th through to September the 30th. Now it's like a competition. Do you know what I mean? So if you are an engineer, you can also get involved in the competition. Now, what do we have to do? So they have new events and resources. One of them is the Pi core team is announcing the hackathon networking events through Zoom because we can't meet in person, obviously for obvious reasons, clear reasons. It's going to be via Zoom. So one of these events already occurred. It's already occurred on July the 22nd, which was last week. So he's saying that please refer to the updated hackathon agenda for future networking events. These events will help connect technical developers and project teams. After finding an interesting project, developers can then search and apply on Brainstorm app. Now, again, Brainstorm app is also very good. If you go there, you see a lot of the ideas that people have got. And to be honest, it really interests me to see the ideas that people share on Brainstorm. It's a lot, to be honest. Let me take a drink. Yes, it's a lot. So they have technical office hours. Core team tech members will host office hours to answer technical questions about building Pi apps. Example, Pi SDK. The other day, Momo was asking what SDK means. I think SDK means a software developer something. I've forgotten, but hey, I think it's something like that. I'm not so privy to that. Who else is here? Young Badu is here. Young Badu is here. Yes, the usual guy, Young Badu. We've got Dong here as well. Yes, Dong in the house. Yeah, my usual guys, man. I'm so happy to see you all. You know, I love when you guys come here to interact because it's very, very, very. I mean, it makes me happy to be honest. So when you guys are here, I know we're on and we can get things cracking. So yes, hackathon teams must turn in only one type of midpoint check in by August the 15th, either a video submission or a Zoom presentation. So obviously you have to present to them. The link to the form is on there. So when you go to Pi's app, you definitely have the link. So if you're an engineer, you can do all of that. You get what I mean? It's not just about, but I'm going to talk about something very important. And that is probably going to blow you away. A lot of people love the idea of Pi and everything, which I'm one of. But there is something else that everybody needs to be aware of, which I'm going to talk about later on. But today, or right now, as I'm speaking, it's only about hackathon. I mean, for this segment, because there'll be another segment where the lines will be opened and people will be able to call in. Because actually, you know what? Let me just put in the just bear with me a moment, people. I'm gonna put in the. I think if you check at the beginning of it, you're gonna see that the link is there if you want to phone in. So when you phone in, I'll put you in a queue because for now we're doing our live, so you know we've gotta get people off and running. So please don't forget to like and share. The liking is very important. Share the content, and please go to Facebook as well. If you go to Facebook, I've got a Pi Network London, sorry, Pi Network UK, but it's Pi Network UK Race United in brackets. So if you look for that, you're going to find a community I've created on Facebook, which you all can join. It's very, very good. We can interact there as well. It's very good to also join there and enjoy yourselves because trust me, we want to build this community and make it bigger. We want to build it and make it bigger. But I've got news to give you at the end of this, definitely. And when I give you that news, I hope you're happy about it because I don't know how you're going to take it, but I hope you're happy about it. Yes, it's good. Everybody in the house. So let me just see if I can give you the link. Very important for all of you to get the link. No, I can't get the link. I'm sorry. I can't get the link. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So I'm gonna let me see. I'll probably just copy it and put it there for everybody to see, and then we continue because we've got so many things to talk about. Trust me, today I might spend a long time here. I might spend a long time. Please join. Let me see. Join. Join the conversation via. Yep. There you go. So I've posted it, and I'm gonna pin it as well. So it's pinned. So yes, who is here? Celios or Celios. Yep, he's also here as well. Hello, everybody. That's good. Celios is here. I think he called the other day, Celios Pi. I was very happy to see him. So yes, if you want to phone in, the phone lines will be open soon. But yeah, so Pi Hackathon, that's what it is. You just have to be able to be creative as an engineer. If you're not an engineer, hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But today, what I need you guys to do, yeah, we need to interact because there's been some news and I heard something that a lot of people don't understand. So I'm trying to give you that news. But before that, I'm trying to open the lines for at least one person. And then after that, we'll continue. So if one person wants to call in and obviously ask a question or add to this, I'll be happy. You get what I mean? So somebody should do that and I'll be happy. Before that, I'll have to tell you something. So somebody called me and was asking how we're going to be taxed. How we're going to be taxed. Now, taxation is a very tricky thing. You get what I'm saying? Now, cryptocurrency taxation is very different. It goes with the markets. So when the markets are opened, you're still in transaction. You get what I mean? And then when the markets close, it closes. Everything you made, profit or loss, is taken into account. You get what I mean? So this person asked me, so if during the day they bought, say, Pi, for instance, and at that very moment, Pi increased by a certain percentage, let's say 20%. So let's say they bought it for $100 and the value increased by 20%. So it means they will get a profit of £120. How is the taxation going to be? And I said, look, the way it is here, you only be taxed after the markets have ended. So whatever market is floated on, if let's say it's floated on New York Stock Exchange or whatever, remember, when I say it's floated on, I'm not talking about as in we buying. Remember, Bitcoin has its own markets, but at the same time, Bitcoin is a company. You get what I mean? So as a company, it has to float on the stock market. So it is on the stock market. And when the markets close, whatever profit you make, you pay tax on it. So say, for instance, on this one, it would depend. It would depend. So I'm going to tell you a lot of things that you're going to understand how it works. So because whatever happens, you're going to pay tax on your gains. And so keep that in your mind. So how much longer till they go mainnet? What's your expectations once it goes live? I've been with Pi since the beginning and have a lot of people on my team. All right, Mike. So Mike, I'm very glad that you've asked this question. So what I'm going to tell you is how much longer. You can see on my ticker, there is 151 days. 151 days is give or take. That's why I've got a plus or minus. So it's give or take. You get what I mean? Let me drink. So it's give or take 151 days. So I've been saying this for the past 3 weeks that it could be just before the year ends or just after the year begins. So next year begins. So it will probably be late December, early January. But definitely it's going to be in Q4 of this year or Q1 of next year. So therefore, I've given you the rough number of days left, which is from today, 151 days to be safe. So it means 31st of December. Now, the other question you asked, what my expectations are when it goes live. I've got high hopes. Honestly, I've got high hopes for Pi. My expectations will probably be, the other day I was speaking with one of my people, my colleagues, and we were thinking that it should probably be at least $10. We have to drive the value. Pi has started on a very high note. I'm talking based on the fact that it's going to it's going to be floated on the exchange from sometime end of this year or early next year. So the fact that right now we have 21 million plus engaged pioneers tells you a lot. You get what I'm trying to say? So if we have that, then my expectation is such that if we build a strong economy, Pi economy, that's what I'm trying to mean, then we should be able to keep a stronger value of Pi once it floats. You get what I mean? But if we don't do that, then obviously the value of Pi is going to be much less than we think it could be. However, I believe Pi will probably start around maybe between $1 and $10 per Pi. That's what it's going to start at. It would peak because obviously there'll be a popularity and a rush. So it will peak probably around 20, 30, $40, and then it will trough to about maybe $2 or so, and then it will rise slowly. So the way you do it is you're supposed to be very cautious, when you buy, when you sell, when you trade, when you keep. So that there's a way of doing it. When you buy, when you sell, when you trade, when you keep. So you have to do all of that and see how it goes. Because yes, and then of course you said you've been with Pi since the beginning and have a lot of people on your team. Now that's a good thing. A lot of people, it has to have meaning that you have to get them to mine. Very important. Get them to mine. Yeah, Mike. So Mike, it's very good to see you again. And if you want to call in, the call in is from now. So I need just one person to call right now so we can have a little discussion. Everybody hears the person out. And then I go to the next topic. Yeah. So the next topic will definitely be about, I think I'll go in depth about the taxation, or probably I'll go in depth about something else. But yeah, so Pi is definitely on the rise. It is on the rise, and some people are getting worried that it's going to dominate, especially the ones that haven't been with it for a long time. They're very worried about it, and the worry gives me hope. Do you know what I mean? Because when people are worried, then I'm like, okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, be worried. When you're worried, I'm laughing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, when they're worried, you're supposed to laugh because those of us that have been in a long time that people are laughing at us. Right now, people are gonna start sulking. Do you know what I mean? When they're sulking, you and I will just be obviously smiling all the way to the exchange, not banks. Remember, banks are just there to take our money. So I don't do banks anymore. I do banks, of course, because my work pays me through the bank. But me personally, I'm not gonna use the bank as any form of transaction because banks are just scumbags. Do you know what I mean? So they take your money, you don't get anything from them. They give you a higher interest when you borrow money from them, and then you get less interest when your money is with them. So hey, if it's not a scam, what else is it? The biggest scam of all is banks, anyway. So that's why we're here. Those of us that are not rich, so we can also make ends meet and enjoy the fruit of our labor. They will never understand that because they've gone through the banking system the whole time. So today, like I said, obviously Pi in the news today. We're talking about what's the name? Pi Hackathon. I've spoken about that already. So those of you that are not technically savvy, you should know everything. All right. So let me answer some questions, or let me read the comments. So if the core team could manage to get into some big exchanges, then yes, Pi will definitely start at around $10. Yeah, big exchanges. Yeah, but I've seen a lot of the bigger cryptocurrencies also in the big exchanges, and nothing is happening. And when you look at their market cap or market share, it's kind of high, but market value is very high, but still they can't really break through. Like I said, we have to make it strong. Ours is a community. It's an economy. Do you know what I mean? So we have to make Pi strong. We have to build in a way that they can control it. Because trust me, I've been hearing noises here and there that governments are running scared and they're trying to, get all of us to, they're trying to get all of us to be scared, because they said we're not regulated. Cryptocurrency cryptocurrency is not regulated. Now, and it would fuel. I don't know if you guys really watch my my series that I did on cryptocurrencies ripe in the various regions, but if you watch the last one, which was the South America one, you will realize I said something about them being scared, especially in South America, with the influence of the West, that um, terrorist groups, quote and unquote, and money launderers are going to use that. But where do people launder money? Tell me. It's banks. So the banks which are regulated are aiding and abetting without knowing, unbeknownst, not terrorists, but definitely money launderers without knowing, because they don't know they're money launderers, and yet they go through that, and now they're going to talk about cryptocurrency as a source of money laundering. I look at that and I'm like, how dare they say that? How dare they say that? Because they're scared. You get what I'm saying? They can see that the masses are rising and we found them out, so they can't stand that, and so now they're going to sit down there and tell us that, hey, yeah, let's regulate it. But you can't regulate what is unregulatable. You understand? Another word I've created. You can't regulate it. So that's what they're scared of. You get what I mean? So let me go to the next question. The next thing. It says, how about KYC? When are we to expect the KYC from the core teams? So KYC, don't be scared. Don't be worried about it. Go and watch my previous video. Next week, and I'll do another KYC video, and we'll talk about it. Ibrahim, I'm really sorry, but today it's not about KYC. Today it's mostly about other things, and you can see I'm talking about things that matter to all of us. So KYC, I spoke about it last week. I'll speak about it next week. I speak about it fortnightly. So I speak about KYC next week. So please tune in next week. But while you're here, please weigh in your ideas that you've got. And then Mike is saying, I wonder what is holding them back. Mike, nothing is holding them back. They have a timeline. There is a schedule, and the schedule is Q4 of this year, earliest. Remember that earliest is Q4 of this year. So if everything goes according to plan in testnet, which is phase 2, then by the end of this year, latest early next year or sometime in Q1, we should be in mainnet. You get me? We should be in mainnet. So we still have a few months to go. We have about minimum 4 months to go, and we should work hard. You get what I mean? People shouldn't mess around. Work hard. Share these videos I do produce, because obviously, yeah, it will lead me to the thing I wanted to tell you about, and then of course we'll move on. But yeah, Mike. So nothing is holding them back. To be honest, it's the timeline. They're on schedule, and I think they're on track as well. So based on everything that has been happening, they seem very confident about what we're doing and things that are going to happen. So don't be worried at all. Things are happening, and I believe it's going to be great. So yes. Oh, you just noticed my ticker. Yeah. So you can see it there. And please don't forget, on Facebook, I do have my if you check on my about, that's on my channel, about. I've got the Facebook, they call it Pi Network UK in brackets, Race United. So if you look at that, go there, join. I'll go back there after this, and then I'll see those that want to join. I'll permit them to join, and then let's, commune over there. Let's be a community over there. Yeah, because there is where we can properly interact. YouTube, I'm communicating with you, but it's a time limit. I do 1 hour, sometimes 1 hour, 10 minutes. So when we go to Facebook, we can, without time, which means timeless, we can just talk and have a chat and have a conversation, and people can post things there. And so it's good. So you can go to Facebook, and let's all do that. It's there, and we can do it. Obviously, it can help the channel grow if you want to be a member. I've got a few members, so if you want to be a member, join as well. And yeah, super chat will also help, just to help the channel grow, because I do this without earning any money from YouTube. So whatever you do to help will help the channel grow, and I'll be motivated as well to be able to come here, because I know, come on, man, these people are putting in their hard-earned dollars and pounds and whatever currency you guys spend, and I have to make sure I produce something, because I nearly gave up. Truly, I nearly gave up yesterday. That's why I canceled the video. So Momo was asking, was something wrong? I came and sat. I was doing the thing and I had a mind block. I had a mind block. Seriously, like my brain suddenly just went dark. I couldn't think. So I was sitting here blabbing and I couldn't even say anything. I was like, oh no, what's going on? So immediately I just ended it abruptly, like Momo said. And then I ended the broadcast and I deleted it so nobody would see. Otherwise, if you're seeing it, will be a 5-minute stream with nothing being said, just me not knowing what to say and with me not knowing what to do. But I had that yesterday, and when I looked back, I was like, oh God, what's happening? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, the help from you is what's going to help me have that enthusiasm to produce these things and the recorded stuff, of course, where you can all watch and enjoy, And so, yeah, I'm not really asking a lot from you, to be honest. I'm not. It's just sometimes with YouTube, it can overwhelm you. You're doing it, and suddenly you don't have any material to produce, and you're like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? And so sometimes I need ideas from you as well. So I may put stuff in the community section, and so when I put it there, you can give me ideas on what you think I should do my videos on, whether it's recorded or live. So ideas from you would also help. So it's not just me talking and saying things and giving you everything. You can also give me stuff while I'm here. I would appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much anyway, everybody, for being here. So let's continue. So I move straight to whose question? Silayos is saying, true, it will definitely depend on the community, and 40 to 50 million people. It's actually huge to drive the value higher. Now, it's absolutely right. That's what I've been preaching about the whole time. We need more people. Simple as that. We need more people. The more people we have, the stronger the community, the stronger the economy, which means that they can't break us. Because once they know we're a strong economy, look, if you go on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, Twitch, you go to all those places and Pi is there. Pi is spread now, but people are confused. They don't know what to do. They think we're being scammed by somebody, so yeah, Pi is not good. I don't try to convince them because I know that if somebody's mind is made up, don't try to convince them because you piss them off. You know what I mean? So me, I just I say what I have to say. If you don't want it, that's your prerogative. I move on. So yeah, we get all of that, but the value will definitely be driven by us. We have to drive the value up. Nobody else can do that. That's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? The lines are opened. Nobody to shy away. I think anybody that's got, it's not Q&A time. It's just you wanting to come on and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about, and then obviously I'll contribute. Yes. So I'll be waiting for the next few minutes. While I'm there, I'll be typing something into some place, and then you will see. Yes, guys, if you've got any question, please ask me. I answer questions. That's what I like doing. So while I'm waiting, or while we're waiting for somebody to call, please. Okay, so let me just put this there. Mike says, thanks, everyone. Yeah, thank you too, Mike. Thank you for being here. And then, of course, we've got Ibrahim, who's saying, all right, mister, thanks a lot. Yes, man. It's all good. It's all good, Ibrahim. It's all good. So, yes, if anybody's got a call before I move to the next segment, that would be great. Call on the link. Join the conversation, of course. And we can have we'll move to the next topic. Yes, man. I'm waiting for you lot. Okay, so it seems that nobody's going to call. Okay, let me just move on to the next one then. Q&A time. Now you can ask the questions over here, and I'm going to answer. Ask the questions, and I'm going to answer. Yes? Ask the questions, and I'm going to answer. I'm going to answer your questions. All right? So just ask. I'm right here, going nowhere. ask the questions and I'm gonna answer. All right. Yes, people, I'm waiting. And please don't forget to like as well. And if you want to share, you can share. We'll get more views and then we'll see how it goes. Because we need our views. Yes. So yeah, it's let me ask if these people are here. So Yoni, you still new comment. Okay, let's see what the new comment is saying. Momo's question. If it has nothing to do with pi, don't ask. All right? You are a moderator. Moderators don't ask questions like that. Yes? Moderators don't ask questions like that. You're the one to block people from asking questions like that. Yeah? Okay. So you're on a timeout. 5 minutes timeout, Momo. 5 minutes timeout. All right? Good. Moderators don't ask questions like that. 300 seconds, you're going to be on timeout. Because you're a moderator, you're supposed to set a good example. You don't ask questions like that. All right? Good. You want to ask? Got my email. Anyway, I'm waiting for you lot. Ask a question and then I can move on. Q&A time. Okay, there are no Q&A. All right. So if you don't have anything to ask, I'll end the stream right now. But before that, I want to say something and then I'll go. I will not be doing a lot of Pi content because I need to do other things as well on my channel. It wasn't just for Pi. I had other things. Obviously, I said I wouldn't do anything about football, soccer, whatever. So that is definitely on another channel. It's called Raise United Football Channel. You can go there, check my football stuff out. When the Premier League season starts, my team is Manchester United. I'll be doing stuff about them. So if you support them, go and subscribe to that channel, Raise United Football Channel, RUFC. And yeah, you can enjoy that during the season. That will be in 2 weeks' time. I will do a lot of Premier League stuff. But for now, I will not do so much Pi stuff. It will be only the live ones during the weekend. And if I have something that I want to produce, I'll release it on maybe Thursdays or so. Because I need to do stuff about a lot of things. I've got cryptocurrency, I've got finance, I've got engineering, I've got a lot of other things. I'm a black man, so obviously I'll do stuff about black people stuff. The injustice or the injustice that we face around the world. I've decided to do videos about that. Because if you have a platform, you need to use it. So there's so many things I have to do. I can't just do only Pi, but I've already told you. Pi would definitely be weekends, probably on Sundays around this time, and then sometimes on a Saturday if and when I have the time. But during the week, I'll have to do a lot of other things as well. I can't just do only Pi. So during the week, you can relax. I may not produce a lot of Pi stuff during the week. I'll do other things. If you want to join in, they're all there. They will not be live. They will be either premiered or just published. So you can enjoy that as well. But for now, it's just going to be Pi stuff on Sundays, definitely. So remember that Pi material on Sundays, some Saturdays, if I have a lot of material. If I don't, then it will be either Pi in the news or the rise of Pi. So the rise of Pi will probably be next week, and then Pi in the news episode 5 will be the following week, and so on. And if there is any news that break, then you know there's going to be 2 Pi contents during the weekend. So one on Saturday, one on Sunday. But if there is no news that breaks, then there will only be Pi on Pi in the rise, or Pi, the rise of Pi, or Pi in the news. So that's what we're gonna do. And because I'm spending a lot of time on Pi, and I feel like I'll run out of material unless you guys bring some ideas, which will help me. But if I don't do that, there's so much I can do for Pi. Other people are doing their own stuff as well, so it's a good thing. It's a big community out there. A lot of people are doing a lot of different things. So yes, I am probably going to. I'll end the stream very soon, and we'll see how it goes because I am. I think I've run out of ideas, unless somebody asks me a question, because I just wanted to talk about Pi Hackathon, and then after that, I would end the stream. So Q&A, I wanted that, but nobody's asking any questions at the moment, which means that you're all satisfied. And if you're satisfied, then I'm happy, because hey, satisfied people means good people. You know what I mean? So, all right. So, what's your question, Ibrahim? I'm waiting. All right. So Ibrahim is asking, do I have access to core team Nicholas and Co? Um, Access is not direct access. Obviously, it's through a conduit. So it's through somebody, and obviously that's my source, and nobody reveals their source. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's through somebody, and yeah, that is yeah. Everyone has a source. I mean, you don't get information just like that. You have a source, and you rely on your source heavily. So that's what I've been doing, relying on my source. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good. So my source is the one that's been revealing certain things to me, and yeah, I like that. To be honest, I like that. So yeah, not direct, but through a conduit. You know, through a proxy, as they say. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good so far. Anybody has another question? Okay, Ibrahim again. And also, is the core team having access to seeing the videos? Um, the core team, they've got 21 million people they're dealing with. Maybe they might come across it. I'm not so sure. Otherwise, my views will be millions. Unfortunately, my views are in the thousands. So maybe you guys can push it for it to get that far. YouTube is not easy, and it's not easy. It's a lot of people. I believe that we in our community where we have so many diverse people. I've got Asians, I've got people from America, people from Africa, people from Europe. It's best to actually just put the word out there, share it. Social media. If you share it, you could help the channel grow, because that's the only way our word will be put out there. But yeah, I wouldn't know if the core team have access. If they want to see it, it's there, because the hashtags are there. The hashtag Pi Network, hashtag Pi Coins, hashtag all the other hashtags in relation to Pi are there. So if they want to see it, they type it. It will be there, and they will be able to see. But hey, we've all got stuff. We're busy. It's very difficult to go through each and every channel. But yeah, I would like to think so. I don't know, but I would like to think so. I would like to think so, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, thank you so much for your questions. Really good questions. I appreciate that. You know, Momo, if you're back, you can, unblock yourself. Let me see if I can unblock you from here. You deleted message. Yep. I'm hoping there'll be another question. Two more questions before we leave. Two more questions. I know it's got a bit boring, but hey, it can't be boring. We just have to. That's Q&A for you. Q&A. That's what it is. Yeah, if anybody's got a question, you can ask. Yeah, like I said, I'm here to answer the questions. Here to answer the questions. Q&A still. Q&A. And the lines are open, of course. Q&A and the lines are open. Q&A, lines are opened. Q&A, lines are opened. Q&A, lines are open. Q&A, lines are open. What am I doing? Oh, man. Yeah. All right. So don't forget, go to YouTube. Actually, I'm on my road to 5K. I forgot that, road to 5K. I'm almost at 5K subscribers. Almost 5K subscribers. Oh, that's not bad for a 6-month-old channel or 7-month-old channel. Not bad at all. Road to 5K. Yeah. So you can help it get to that 5K. Let's help the channel get to 5K by delivering the word out there. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So we're still on it. We're still on it. Have I got any question? Let me see if I've got any question. Yes. Yes. Obviously, somebody's giving me a most welcome, and that's Ibrahim. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. You've contributed a lot today with your questions and your comments, and your candor. I like that. All of you, Mike, Celayos, Momo, Young Badu, Dong, Black Prince, Yoni, Deshane, Kotiola, all of you, I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all. There is none of you that don't appreciate you all. Remember that. I appreciate anybody that spend their time with me while I do this. I appreciate that. So, yes, thank you all so much. Q&A. Don't forget, join the conversation. You can also call in. And Momo's never called, and she always passing comments, sometimes good ones, sometimes not so good, So yes, I'm still waiting. If you want to do it, I'll be here just for the next 10 minutes because I don't want to be here just blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. Got any questions on Pi? It looks like, when you have students and you're asking them, do you have any questions? That's not to say you're a student. You're not my students, of course. You're my subscribers. Some of you can eventually even be my friends. But I'm just giving you a narrative. So you have students, and then the students would be like, you ask them, you've taught them everything you're asking. Does anybody have any questions? And then they'll be like, no. Come exams, you realize they did have questions, but they couldn't ask. I don't want any of you to be like those students who have questions and can't ask. Ask. Nobody's going to judge you. I don't judge anybody. Do you know what I mean? So let me see what Dong is saying, Dominic. So will Pi be negatively affected if another free mining network launches before Pi? No, it can't. It can't be. You know why? It's not easy to actually go through the whole procedure of what Pi has done. Do you understand what I'm saying? Pi is an open platform. They tell us things that other so-called mobile cryptocurrencies don't. You don't know who they are, especially like you take D Network, you don't know who they are. You take TimeStop, I don't really know who they are. Ego, I don't know who they are. So I'm looking at Pi and I know who they are. I know how they started. I know the information they've shared with me and you and everyone since the beginning. Sometimes I scroll when I go to announcement, I scroll to the top. It takes me minutes, lots of minutes to scroll to the top to see the beginning, where we started from, how many people we had then, the mining rate, everything. If you want to know, go back, go to announcements and scroll up to the beginning. You will know everything. The information is there for you to see. These ones, you go there and they have a timeout session. So after a little while, the message will disappear. It disappears. So to answer your question, is categorical no. they can't surpass it. It will not be negatively affected because Pi will, just like Bitcoin. Can you tell me Bitcoin is negatively affected, being the pioneer of all cryptocurrencies? No. Pi is the pioneer of all mobile cryptocurrencies. It can never be affected. They're too well prepared. Their foundation is so strong. You know, the core miners like you and me, come on, we're loyal to the core. Do you know what I mean? So nothing is going to happen. I'm 100% certain of that. Nothing is going to happen. Though, you know, when you're running a race, the moment you start looking on your sides, you lose traction. You understand what I'm saying? You can't look on your sides. You just have to keep going. If you know you're at the top, the only place is up for you. So you need to keep going. You can't look down. If you look down, you'll regress. You keep regressing. You don't want that. So no, I'm not. It will not happen. It will not be negatively affected because Pi is too strong. You get me? And that's my word. Pi is too strong. Understand me? So yes, Dominic, good question. Good question. Last two questions. I don't know if Silios is still here. If he's here, he can call because he's the guy that called the other time, and I really loved talking to him. I liked it. So if he can also do that, or any other person that wants to call, you know where to find me. It's already there. And then we've got Bojan. Is it relevant? Bojan's question. Let me see. Or Boyan. So Boyan is saying that is US dollars trying to gain value through. This is something that is a good question. It's a very good question. I've been thinking. You know what? I've been thinking about that. You know, because they know where Bitcoin is going. Actually, you're absolutely. This question is really good. Honestly speaking, actually, Momo is saying the same thing. It's a very good question. Momo, I throw it to you. What do you think? You need to answer that question today. This is your penalty for breaking code for moderators. So, Momo, Bojan has asked the question: is the US dollars 30 trillion debt, $30 trillion debt trying to gain value through Bitcoin? Momo, answer the question. Your turn. Don't delay. Type it quickly. We're waiting. I have my answer to that, but I want to hear what you've got to say. I want to hear what you've got to say. Yes, Q&A time. I like the question, Bojan. I really like the question. It's a very, very good question. You know, it's a very good question. I like it so much. Very good question. So, Momo, give you an answer. Okay, so Momo's giving her answer. Let's see. US has been playing the world all this while. Okay, continue. Continue. I like that. Continue. US have been playing the world all this while. Yeah, they try to drive the value in it. They're scared of Bitcoin. They know what. And you know what? Now, let me tell you one thing. This is something that, this is my own personal observation. The West, I live here in the West, and I can tell you that they're actually terrified of cryptocurrency. They're terrified of it because the West is a capitalist region. Everyone knows that. They depend on cash. They depend on people's monies. They depend on the banks. So the moment something threatens the banks, it has to be shut down. Unfortunately, this is a revolution. You understand? This is a financial revolution, which is uncontrollable. So they're scared. You understand? Have you noticed? Now, this is something I'm going to tell you. Have you noticed that each and every country in this world now is trying to get digital currency with their own denomination, their own currency? Do you know that their own fiat currency, they're trying to transform it into a digital form because they know exactly what's happening. Do you understand me? They know exactly what's happening. They're running scared and they can't stand the fact that we are all becoming independent of them. Eventually, we will become independent of them, and then that's it. Banks would have to shut. They have to come and beg you and me to borrow money, even to have a zero credit score, knowing that I may not pay it back. But just for us to come through the bank to borrow money, they'll be begging us. Here in the UK now, if you have 5%, of your mortgage as deposit, you can buy a house. Obviously, it's a mortgage, but they're begging us to buy, to own properties. But I don't want to go through banks anymore. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. And because of that, they're running scared. So Momo is contributing a lot now. I like that. Abolished gold standard in 1971 because they have no gold to pay. Imposed petrodollar to control the economy of the world. Absolutely, Momo. That's why you are one of my moderators. You know, knowledge is power. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Knowledge is power. If you have knowledge, you would gain wisdom through that. Remember, we can't have wisdom without knowledge. You can have knowledge without wisdom, you know. But wisdom is like the ultimate. But knowledge is power. Wisdom is, you understand, ultimate power. You get what I mean? So, what Momo is saying is absolutely right. I mean, come on. When Gaddafi said, that's not to say that I'm glorifying Gaddafi. Remember that. No, I'm not. But when Gaddafi said Africa was going to have their own currency, because Africa had everything, of course, we still have everything. We have our own currency, and most of our coins will be in gold, which means that dollars will be worthless, and people will trade in the African currency of gold. What did they do? They have to shut him down, shut him up. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what's happening. So we need to be firm and put our feet strong on the ground and make sure that nobody threatens what's going to happen. Nobody has to threaten it. You get what I'm trying to say? That's the reason why I try to do the live, because the live we can communicate more. You get me? When I do live, we can communicate more. You know, so lately the live will be a bit more than the recorded, especially when it comes to Pi, because we need to interact. When it's cryptocurrency, obviously I record it, I produce it, I release it, and then you guys watch it through the premiere. You can also watch it afterwards. But hey, that's what I do. When it comes to Pi, I may not do a lot of it during the week. It will definitely be weekends. Saturday, definitely Sunday, some Saturdays. And then trust me, every Sunday, come here. Come here, let's talk about Pi. And anything you want to talk about, as long as it's within the realms of what I'm going to talk about that day, then hey, we talk about it. You get what I mean? Because I want us to be very communicative and interactive on this channel with respect to Pi. Yeah, I want us to be that, because if we are that, then hey, you know, we'll be unstoppable. You know what I mean? We'll be unstoppable. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Trust me. In the next few years, banks are going to be null and void. They're going to be mute. Trust me. They're going to be mute. I don't remember the last time I stepped foot into a bank. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember the last time I stepped foot into a bank. You know, all my transactions are done via my, you know, devices. All right. So let's see what Bojan has got to say. So Bitcoin was start of war against monetary system. Will Pi be the end of it? That's a good question, you know. I just love Bojan's questions, man. So, you know, we're getting into what we call the monetary politics, you know, understand? And monetary politics runs deeper than that. You know, we need to understand how money, fiat currency, gains value. Why do we have to trade in dollars? Why do I have to live in, say, Ghana and trade in dollars? I don't get that. That's where we need to grab control of our own finances. And that's where cryptocurrency comes in. In our case, obviously, Pi. You get what I'm trying to say? So there will be a lot of people who will say what I'm doing is controversial. I accept that. But controversy breeds, you know, conversation. Conversation breeds attention. Attention breeds action. You get what I'm trying to say? So yes. So if we're controversial, there will be a conversation. If there's conversation, there will be attention. And if there's attention, there will be action. You get what I'm trying to say? It's as simple as that. That's how revolutions are formed. You get what I mean? Yes, controversy. You know, conversation, attention, action. Simple, isn't it? I created that. Remember that. Just clip it. Anyway, so Bitcoin, was the start of war against monetary system. Of course, will Pi be the end of it? I don't get where you say will Pi be the end of it. Are you trying to say Pi will end that the monetary system's war? Or are you trying to say that will perpetuate it? I don't get that part. If you can elaborate, I'll be so happy. And obviously, Momo is saying the printing of money by the U.S. Federal Reserve is a big Ponzi scheme. More debt to pay, the ever increase more debt to pay the ever increasing debt. Yeah, but you know what's so funny about, say, the United States, for instance, and please, no offense to all my United States friends, but they know exactly what I'm talking about. They keep saying, what's the name of it? I've forgotten. There's something they normally say. Uh, they always have a stimulus plan. You know, America, they always have a stimulus plan, and then they cut the money and they pump into it. And yet, what happens is the inflation in the United States doesn't rise. And yet, if any other country prints a lot of money into their system, they will devalue their currency and inflation will go up. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, this is where the imbalance comes from. You know, the unfairness and the imbalance. That's not what we want. You get me? That's not what we want. So today, I love the fact that, you know, this Q&A, we're having a conversation. Everybody's contributing. Obviously, it looks like this is the sector or the strength of Momo. So her communication skills is just on another level. She's killing it. So she's communicating with Bojan, saying, yeah, the war will be won with the community contribution. Absolutely. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see, we have a community here. We have a bigger community in Pi Network. We are the subset of Pi Network. We have to make sure we, the subset, are stronger. You get what I mean? So if we're stronger, then of course, Pi becomes uber strong. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to ensure that. And obviously, we have people like Momo, who is now my one of my moderators. And then we have Bojan, who is just joined today. I haven't seen him before, but today he's contributed a lot, and I'm happy. Bojan, please join us every Sunday. I'll be happy to see you, you know, all the time. And I like the fact that you guys are communicating, you know, having a conversation, and that it's all good. It's all good. And I'm happy to see that. Do you know what I mean? I'm happy to see that. So, yeah, I just need one phone call. The lines are open, like I keep saying. I keep saying that nobody is calling. Who's feeling shy? Eh? People should call. Yes, the lines are open. Remember that. So if you call, we can have a proper conversation before we end the stream, because we're coming to an end. I need one phone call before I end the stream. Very important, because we have to have at least one phone call before we end the stream. You know, Momo, you've got a lot of fingers to type. You have only one mouth. You need to talk. Come here and talk. I know you've got lots to talk about. So come here, make a phone call, and talk, Momo. See, he's talking again. So what did Momo say? Bitcoin failed to accomplish what it seeks to do. So Pi is the answer. Again, what did Bitcoin sought to do, Momo? Can you tell me? I don't want to, you know, pick the words for you, but what did they seek to do? Be more elaborative. What did Bitcoin seek to do that it failed to accomplish? I want the others to know. I know, obviously. I want the others to know. Can you elaborate? I'm speaking for people that will be watching in future. What did they seek to do? So if we know what they sought to do, I mean, people that don't know, the guys that will be watching, you know, then I'll know what to obviously add to that, of course, because like I said, it's an interactive. No middleman. Exactly. That's another one. I like that. Use it for everyday transaction. I like that too. No middleman. Use it for everyday transaction. Yep. And then there's another one. No big transaction fee. that is a big point, because you know what, Bitcoin, yeah, if you don't cross a threshold, you're in trouble. No middleman. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, no middleman, because come on, they've not sought to do anything. What they've done is they're taking money from us. Even when you're trying to withdraw your Bitcoin, the premium you have to pay to do that is a problem. It's a big problem. And if you don't cross a certain threshold, you don't get to take out your Bitcoin. You get what I'm trying to say? So that is not good. That is your money that you've put there or you use to buy. You can take it out anytime. Of course, they'll charge you a little fee, but it's not good. You get what I'm trying to say? That is absolutely appalling at times. With Bitcoin. Absolutely appalling. Anonymous, yes. I'm so glad that Bojan is here, imparting his knowledge on everything and him, Momo agreeing with everything, it's good. Tells you that people have got some knowledge out there, which is very good. And then, of course, you add wisdom to it, and hey, they become a break. Ultra powerful. You know what I'm saying? Ultra powerful. So, like I said, every Sunday, we are going to do Pi content. Next week is going to be, I don't know if Pi in the news. If I get any news, then definitely Pi in the news will be there. If I don't get any news, then it'll be the rise of Pi, which means we'll talk about KYC, we'll talk about the exchange, we'll talk about all the other things and things we need to do, and obviously the possible dates that we could expect us to go on mainnet and all of that. We'll talk about it if it's the rise of Pi, of course. But Pi in the news will always be, stuff like this that we're doing. It will be Q&A. It will be phone calls, which nobody's doing at the moment, but it will be that too. And obviously the caption of the day, which will be on the thumbnail. So this week was obviously the extension of the hackathon deadline day, hackathon events deadline day. So I have to talk about it in the beginning, so you can play back the video and you see that I talked about it briefly in the beginning, but I knew that I was going to talk about other things. So yeah, Momo, the other day I told you to send me an email on my email so we can talk about your role as the moderator. Send me an email, please, Momo. You forgot, so send me an email and we can talk about the your role as a moderator. And I need to tell you something as well with regards to the channel and everything. So Momo, just send me an email immediately after this. Acknowledge, please, Momo. Okay, so I've got another bank issue. Everyone have to have bank accounts. Yeah, absolutely. That's the problem, isn't it? That's the problem. Which is what I spoke about earlier. Me personally, banks, I think they've used us. They've undermined us. You get what I'm trying to say? They've taken us for granted. And now we're fighting back. Pi has come. We're here. We've seen the potential of it. And we're going to help it grow to become the powerhouse of cryptocurrency. Remember, the powerhouse of cryptocurrency. Let's promise each other that we're going to make sure Pi becomes the powerhouse of cryptocurrency. That's what's supposed to happen. We can't let all the others. To be honest, I don't even care about the others, man. I've bought a few of them, but I don't even care about them. What I care about is my investment in Pi. You get what I mean? My investment in Pi. So yes, my guy Bojan is saying everyone have to have bank to receive payment for working. Okay, now think. Bank account costs is $2 to $5 for having it, which is absolutely true. Yeah, some bank accounts anyway. Okay, now let's say only 1 billion people have that. So we're talking about 5 billion, right? 2 to 5 billion. They're taking money from us, isn't it? They're taking money from us. They're taking money from us. But we don't care, right? With fiat, with cryptocurrency, anyone can have it. That's the point of it. They have readily availability. The point of cryptocurrency is the person, the unbanked, will be able to use it as a form of payment. Now, yesterday I wanted to talk about something. Actually, this has brought about this. I'm going to talk about it. Yesterday I wanted to talk about it, but I was under the weather, so I couldn't actually discuss it. I'm going to extend this by 20 minutes. Let's talk. Amazon this week or last week announced that they might or they could accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for any Amazon product. Can you imagine what's going to happen if Pi is the one that we use as a form of payment on Amazon, and if Pi is worth between $10 and $100. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Just think about it. Let it sink into your mind for a second. You understand what I'm saying? Let it sink into your mind for a second. Amazon, obviously, they denied it because they've not ratified it, they've not completely confirmed it, so they don't want anyone to know, right? But I believe that somebody leaked the word out there. And I did a video 3 months ago, on the 28th of April, that Jeff Bezos' Amazon will join the Pi network. Somebody laughed at me. Somebody laughed. Of course, they always do. They laugh. But they don't know that I've seen something that nobody else has. You know, it will probably even be much more worthwhile for Pi to accept the proposal from Amazon compared to Tesla, because Tesla is just cars, but Amazon, they sell everything. You understand what I'm saying? They sell everything. So commercially, Amazon is the one that is actually much more viable for cryptocurrencies. In this case, Pi, as opposed to all the other ones. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I foresaw that a few months ago, and now here we are. Potentially, now I'm using the word potentially because I have to be cautious. Potentially, Amazon could accept Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency, established cryptocurrency as a form of payment. We all know that Pi is going to be established. We know that it's going to be established pretty quickly. Do you understand? Because of us. Because of us, it's going to establish pretty quickly. And because of us, it's going to establish pretty quickly, we're supposed to ensure that it holds its ground. You get what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, Bojan sent something. Let me just put it on the screen. So let's say we pay tax on crypto. How can we regulate it so the government do not steal us in frequent taxation and be in ultimate power over it? First of all, they can't even regulate it. You get what I'm trying to say? They can't even regulate it. And the fact that they can't regulate it, the taxation system can only be done by, we can only follow the standards. You get what I'm trying to say? So the tax rate, which is given to everybody standardly, is what we follow. They can't have special tax for cryptocurrency. They can't have it. Because remember, cryptocurrency follows the market. It follows the stock exchange as well. So the same time we trade for cryptocurrency is when the markets are going on. So if it's, say, the New York Stock Exchange or the London Stock Exchange or the Tokyo Stock Exchange are all in place, what will happen is during that time in Japan, for instance, Tokyo Stock Exchange, that's when their transactions will be taking place. So once their markets end, whatever profits you make, the profit will take effect, or the tax will take effect. Sorry. Same thing applies to the New York Stock Exchange for people that trade there, or for the cryptocurrencies that trade there, and then for the London Stock Exchange for the cryptocurrencies that trade there. That's what's going to happen. But I believe most of the cryptocurrencies trade on the New York Stock Exchange, so they go according to that. So when the New York Stock Exchange closes, obviously that's when whatever profit you make will be taxed. Only the profit, not your principal. You get what I mean? So that's what it is, really. There's nothing difficult about it. And yeah, Stacy's back here. I think she was late, but she's back, saying you can now use buy crypto on Venmo. Venmo is owned by PayPal. Look at that. Exciting times, isn't it? That's exciting times. So hey, people need to start getting excited about this whole cryptocurrency thing, because trust me, it is not a joke. We're not joking. We're not messing about. We're serious. You get what I mean? So it's like I said, cryptocurrency. Sorry, my Pi stuff, Pi material is going to be on Sundays only. Some Saturdays if there is news during the week. But during the week itself, there's going to be other materials. I'm not going to tell you exactly, but other materials. But definitely Pi stuff on Sundays, some Saturdays, depending on the news during the week. That's how it's going to be, but definitely on Sundays. So next Sunday, I'm going to be here with Pi material, definitely. And it's going to probably be the rise of Pi, which means we'll definitely talk about KYC, and we'll talk about other things in relation to the rise of Pi. You get what I mean? And if there is any news, then obviously on Saturday I'll do Pi in the News episode 5. But if there is no news, then we'll only be here talking about the rise of Pi, which means KYC will be talked about, and other things in relation to the rise of Pi will be talked about. So if anybody's got any last questions, please can you ask? If you want to call, you can call for the last time, and then we can have the conversation, and we will end the stream. We've spent an hour and 10 minutes, and I think I intended to spend just under an hour. Oh yes, if Bojan would love, now Momo, you're right. If Bojan would love to be on this channel most of the times, I'm making him a moderator. Bojan, give me a nod, give me a go ahead. I'm making you a moderator. Yes, Bojan. Momo, you're right. You're absolutely right. I can make him a moderator straight away. You know what I mean? So I'm just seeking his permission. If he says yes, he's a moderator, because somebody like that is very knowledgeable. We need knowledgeable people as moderators. We don't need people that will slack. That's not to say that others are not. They're all great. All my subscribers are great, but obviously, to be a moderator, I need to obviously observe your communication and everything, and how you contribute to the topics we discuss. So if he's here, obviously I'll make him a moderator. If not, then I can't. So let's see if he's here. Yeah, hi to you, Stacy. It's good to know that you're here, and yeah, we can talk privately as well. Momo, remember I told you need to send the email so I can have a conversation with you with regards to being a moderator and all the other stuff. So, live distribution of Pi network from early pioneers. Do you also think it is good? Momo, can you answer that question? I want to do something. Or if Stacy can answer that, I'll also be glad. I like distribution of Pi from early pioneers. Do you also think it is good? Yeah, like I'm one of the early pioneers. Oh, okay. So I'm making you a moderator then. That's it. You're a moderator. Yes, you're a moderator, Bojan. You're a moderator. And if you want to send me an email, moderator, the email is on my about. So if you go to about, you're gonna be able to email me there as well. But hey, Momo and Stacy, you can answer that question. I just want to take a quick break. I'll be back. Just 1 minute, please. I'll be back. Somebody answer the question for Bojan. I'll be back. Yep. Give me a minute. Ah. Whew. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so Mama is saying that the distribution is fair, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. My opinion would be that by what rate, how much would they have to distribute? Because obviously somebody's worked hard, he's mined, he's invited people, so when you say for them to distribute the early miners. They've been there since the early days. Do you know what I mean? And the fact I would love to, yeah, I would love the distribution, but at what rate? It has to be distributed at a rate, maybe 1%, 2%. Do you know what I mean? So somebody that has, say, 10,000 pies, 1% is what? 100 pies. You get what I mean? So something like that. So 1%, 0.5%, 2%. That is what I'm thinking. There has to be a rate at which the distribution will be made. And that will make sense, because if somebody has, say, 100,000 pies and to distribute 1%, then we're talking about okay. So yeah, people are now communicating. Let's see. Stacy saying every crypto rewards in early development. Yes, that's what it is. The earlier that you are in, the bigger, yeah, there you are in, the bigger the reward. That's the truth, So that's what it is. Even me, I would say I didn't go in that early, because when I went in, the rate was at 0.8. The people that started, they started at 3.14. You understand? Pi. They actually started at Pi. So 3.14. I started at 0.8. So if I had started at 1.6, it would have been great, to be honest. And it would mean that I would have easily doubled what I have now. But hey, I'm happy with that. So yeah, it's understandable, but it has to be distributed at a rate. So like any person that's been there earlier and obviously has mined enough, worked hard. Those of us that have invited people, made sure they've mined ourselves. We can be in a position to say, okay, I'm going to distribute 1% of what I have, into the Pi ecosystem, so that they can also give it to some of the people that have also worked a bit, but don't have as many. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we can do that. We can do that. And then I like many undeveloped countries support. That makes me happy. Oh yes, that's very true. Me, that's why I'm actually here. To be honest, that's why I'm actually here. If you notice, I do ensure that everybody is welcome here. It's not just a specific group of people. Everybody is welcome here. So when it comes to Pi, I'm very multicultural and multi-ethnic. You know what I mean? I don't have any specific. Even my moderators, I have you, I have Momo, I have Stacy, and I have a few other people who are also here. So I have a few people who are moderators, and that makes me happy. Today Momo is contributing a lot. Goodness me. Yeah, even Silios is also a moderator, and who else? Yeah, I've got a few moderators. You know what I mean? Early Bitcoin mining was US centric, but Pi is universal, 100%. 100%. You're absolutely right, Momo. Momo, you still haven't acknowledged the fact that I said you should send me an email. You haven't acknowledged it. I'm still waiting for you to acknowledge the fact that you're going to send the email so we can talk about you being a moderator. And I want to talk to you about something about the channel that I need you to work on. Okay? So acknowledge it, that you've heard what I'm saying, and stop conversing without having to acknowledge what I've said. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. What else? So yeah, so as I was saying, last week that news broke. That's why I wanted to. So Pi in the news, obviously it wasn't Pi, but I can add it to Pi in the news. Amazon were thinking, sorry, they were not thinking, they were considering ensuring that we can use Bitcoin as a form of payment for purchases on their websites, and it makes perfect sense. That's just not just Bitcoin, of course, Ethereum and all the major ones, but it makes sense. So if that starts, that Pi is going to gain ground, Pi is going to kickstart, and automatically after a few months, they're going to add it to the honchos of all cryptocurrencies. So yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So yeah, I'm waiting for phone call, and then I'll be gone. And then, of course, this week, tomorrow, I'm not releasing any video, probably on Thursday, but tomorrow I'm not releasing. I'm taking a break tomorrow, but definitely Thursday. So you can go through the previous videos that I've produced just to remind yourself of things that we've spoken about, things that you may have forgotten, things that you think might not have been discussed yet. Because I've done videos about Elon Musk possibly buying, big Pi in the near future. I've done videos about the predicted and estimated value or price of Pi. Now you can watch that; it's a very interesting one. But that was before these times. So you can also look at it from the fact that the timeline was different from now. If I knew then what I know now, maybe the video would be different. But I can make another video like the adjusted price of Pi, and then I'll talk about other things, and I'll refer to that video as well, just for people to see. So it will be more like a voiceover, as opposed to a on camera kind of thing. So people would see that particular video and what I spoke about, and then I'll edit it in a way that you would actually like. You know what I mean? Yes. So we're almost here. We're about to come to an end. Give me 5 minutes. So if anybody's got any questions, one last question, and then we would conclude. Yeah, it's not a problem, Stacy. It's not a problem. I expected that. I just thought this is probably the right time to do the video because for now is the right time to do the video, and then maybe later on I'll think of another proper time. But if it's not convenient for some of you, just let me know. But hey, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. For now, I would say this is the most convenient time. It's prime time here, which means that in Asia, some of them will be sleeping, of course, but some will be awake and be watching this. That's why a lot of my Asian friends are not on because they might be sleeping. Maybe next week I'll change the time a little bit, I'll alternate the time to see how suitable it is for each and every continent, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Bojan has come up with something which I believe is also very insightful. So he's saying, I'm working on Pi Network project called Pi Chat. It is socially network of Pi Network pioneers for communication among pioneers. Also, we'll have marketplace and games to have fun. Project is called Pi Chat. Yeah, have you posted it on the Pi Hackathon or Brainstorm? Because obviously that's where you could win something. You know what I mean? So you could do it there, do a Zoom or something, post a video. The interesting thing is that it will pay 95% of revenue back to users. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, That's not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. And then, of course, how many does Facebook and YouTube users? That's just some calculation that has to be done. They don't usually pay back a lot, to be honest. Sorry, they take a lot of your money. YouTube especially. YouTube takes a lot of your money. That's what YouTube is all about, So that's what it is, man. But yeah, so I've done a lot, man. I'll end the stream here. I'll see you guys Thursday. I'll release a video, but definitely next Saturday or definitely Sunday, but probably Saturday, depending on how the week goes. The name is Ray. The channel is Race United, and the word is peace.